Maxi Kleber is in a tough situation. We saw him come off a pretty lackluster season, riddled with injuries where he was in and out of the lineup, and even in the playoffs where he did look pretty good in the beginning, but then got injured again and missed even more time. Right now, Maxi Kleber is in danger of losing his minutes to some of our younger players. And over the summer, we saw the Mavericks go out to bolster this team and improve the roster, getting Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes, and Spencer Dinwiddie. The team is ready to win now. And if there's any dead weight come trade deadline, I'm pretty sure that player will find their way off this roster. And in this video, we're going to take a look at an article that came out a few days ago from the Smoking Cuban that highlights Maxi Kleber's situation on what he could do to stay with the team long term, or what the Mavericks need to do to trade him by the trade deadline. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, 12,866 of you guys are subscribed. I want to say thank you guys so much for hitting that subscribe button. We are less than 200 subs away from 13,000 subs. I just want to thank you guys so much. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, if you don't want to miss out on a single thing that we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'd appreciate it greatly. But like I said in the intro, Maxi Kleber is in a very weird situation. We talked in a video yesterday about a weird trade scenario revolving Dorian Finney-Smith for Maxi Kleber and a first-round pick, which a lot of people were like, yeah, that's a little bit too much for Dorian, and Maxi still has value. There are good things to Maxi's game. He's very good on defense, and like I said in the last video, when we want to play small ball and use a stretch four, Maxi's our only real option at 6'10". But like I said in the intro of this video, Maxi Kleber had a pretty lackluster season where I understand he had injuries, he was in and out of the roster, and in the playoffs he looked good, and then he got hurt and missed more time, and even when he came back, it looked like he came back a little bit too soon, and a lot of people want to see Maxi Kleber come back as the vintage Maxi that we all know, that stretch four, that can hit threes in the corner, that can protect the paint, space the floor, and contribute to a winning team. But in an article that came out the other day, it highlights what it is that Maxi needs to do in this upcoming season, especially after the team went out and got a lot of help. The roster is better. This is a better team. And if Maxi wants to be a part of this team, he will definitely have to step up in the upcoming season. So if we take a look at the article, it says how Maxi Kleber is straddling the line between trade bait and vital asset. The article continues saying one of the most important keys to having success in the NBA's playoffs is having good veteran leadership. Another important key is having players come off the bench and playing in big moments when it matters. The Dallas Mavericks roster had unexpected players come through when it mattered most on their way to the 2024 NBA Finals. However, Tim Hardaway Jr. and Derrick Jones Jr. are no longer on the Mavs. But the Mavs acquired Quentin Grimes, Najee Marshall, and Klay Thompson to the roster, as well as our boy Spencer Dinwiddie. And so with this, very true. We had a lot of guys step up big time in our run to the finals. We saw Derrick Jones Jr., who just played phenomenal in the OKC series, who played great defense in the Los Angeles Clippers series. We saw PJ Washington also step up in the OKC series. We saw guys just come alive right in front of us. We saw Derrick Lively have an amazing run as a rookie for us. The team has guys that are willing to step up in big moments, and the most important thing is veteran leadership, which we do have in Markieff Morris if somehow we do bring him back. We also have that in Kyrie Irving. We now have that in Klay Thompson. We also have that in Dwight Powell. Whether you love it or not, Dwight Powell is a veteran presence on this team. I'm pretty sure he's going to retire as a Dallas Maverick. There's no way we're going to trade Dwight Powell. And Maxi Kleber, who's been with the team for a very long time, can also be a part of that veteran leadership, as he does still provide value. There's still things that he can do for us, and although he did come off a lackluster season, there are things that I think Maxi Kleber can definitely do to redeem himself, to get his minutes back, or maybe not lose his minutes in the first place, and still be an asset for this team. And the article does continue saying Kleber improved his game at the right time during the opening round of the playoffs against the LA Clippers when the Mavs won the series in 6 games. Kleber turned into a reliable player to come off the bench. Unfortunately, Kleber's ability to become more of an X factor would go away when Kleber suffered a right shoulder injury in Game 6 of the Clippers series, and he would miss the Mavs' second round series against the Thunder, which it definitely sucked. And I think if we had Maxi for that Thunder series, we'd possibly win in maybe 5 games. I don't think we sweep the Thunder, but we would probably easily win in 5 games. Maxi's defense, I think, at this point of his career, is definitely the highlight of his whole game. That's what he prides himself on. Of course, he can still shoot the 3 ball. Maybe not as well as he used to, but he can still space the floor, play excellent defense. He can guard other bigs better than some of our other players. Like I said, the value of Maxi is there. I know there's a lot of Mavericks fans who just think Maxi's got to go. We got to find a better stretch four, which I understand. If there is a better stretch four that we could get that doesn't hurt the roster, of course you make that move. But why would you go out and just get someone cheap or just replace him with just anybody? Because now you're worried about the roster fit. You're worried about the locker room. You're worried about, is this a player that wants to stay long term versus Maxi, who I'm pretty sure wants to retire as a Dallas Maverick. The loyalty in Maxi has to be taken and accounted for, and just what he's already done for the team and what he's willing to continue to do for the team is another important factor when you, in just regards to Maxi Kleber. We saw with Tim Hardaway Jr. that apparently towards the end he was ready to go. It was no love lost with Tim Hardaway Jr. He was ready to go on somewhere else. He saw that he was pushed out of the rotation, and he still believes that he has value on the team, which I'm sure he does over there in Detroit. But I believe in Maxi. I think if Maxi can bounce back this season, he'll have a nice spot in a rotation to back up PJ, back up whoever, and come clutch for us in key moments. And the article does continue, saying Kleber would return in Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals against the Timberwolves and play in the rest of the playoffs and finals. When Kleber came back, he wasn't the same player. Kleber's confidence and ability to shoot the ball went down. Kleber only had one game the rest of the playoffs where he scored more than 5 points. The Mavs are in a tough position with Kleber for the 2024-2025 season. Kleber's health issues over the past 2 seasons and his contract make him expendable. And yes, we all saw that once when Kleber came back, I thought he came back a little bit too soon, but we had the whole situation where Derrick Lively went down with a head injury. So we were just trying to make sure we didn't lose too much with Derrick Lively being out. Okay, get Maxi so we don't have to play Dwight Powell too much. We play Maxi the 5. It was kind of a scramble that did pay off. I mean, we did lose the next game after Derrick Lively went out with the injury, but we ended up winning in 5 games, going off to the finals where Maxi really looked scared to shoot. There was a lot of times where he was very hesitant to just shoot the ball, sometimes hesitant to pass the ball. There were a lot of moments in the finals where when Maxi caught the ball, he just froze. Deer in the headlights, did not know what to do. And there were many moments in the finals where he was holding his shoulder, he was laboring it, where you could tell he's still injured. And like I said, an injured Maxi can't do much for you, but a healthy Maxi can get you pretty far. We've seen in the past, and like I said, I believe in Maxi. I think he still got it. But the article continues, saying Kleber has missed 4 games over the past 2 seasons and has 2 years remaining of his contract at $11 million per year. Maxi has missed more than 4 games. I'm sure that's a typo. He missed significant time when his pinky toe pretty much fell off last year. But it continues saying, with having a tradable contract as a veteran who is struggling to stay healthy, the Mavs could find themselves trading Kleber if he underperforms again for another season. Kleber needs to have a healthy performing season to not be a tradable player. The German power forward will enter this season in a tough position. The Mavs will need to get a boost in Kleber's game coming off the bench, or his time in Dallas could be drawing to an end. And I mentioned how over the summer the team got better. We got Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall, Quentin Grimes, Spencer Dinwiddie. We got Kessler Edwards, who I thought was Walker Kessler when I saw the report. We got Kessler Edwards. Maybe it's just as good. But the team is now a lot better. The roster is a lot stronger. And if there's any player that's showing any sign of just weakness, if you're just dead weight, the weakest link, you might get traded at the trade deadline. Now, what value could we get back for Maxi? Cash consideration, a 2nd round pick, a young player we could just throw in the G League and maybe not even sign him. Maybe trade Maxi for an expiring contract that we don't need to worry about. But I'd argue that'd be a waste. I say we keep Maxi. Whether or not this is his best season coming up, or even if this season is worse than last season, which I highly doubt, I say we got to keep Maxi. I think there's a lot of value in keeping him versus trying to find a replacement at that same value of $11 million per year, of that same production coming off the bench. That would be very hard. There's not just power forwards falling off trees. You got to give up a little bit to get a lot back. And the Dallas Mavericks made a lot of good moves this offseason without using a single 1st round pick. But I do understand that this team is ready to win right now. If for whatever reason Maxi Kleber shows to be just a huge detriment to this team, where he just boneheaded plays, we're losing games because of the things that he's doing, which I doubt would happen. But if that were to happen, I can see us trading Maxi. The team around him is a lot better. And if Maxi can't step up to the challenge, step up to the plate, step up to the level of talent that we have, there's a good chance that he could be gone. And whether or not I want to see that happen, like I said, I have faith in Maxi Kleber. I think that he is a good player for this team. What he does, you can find, but I'd rather keep the power forward that I have than take a risk on another guy as we're trying to win a championship. Talent is very important. But another thing that's important is chemistry. A player who's been on the team for a while, who's familiar with the head coach, familiar with the stars, the starters, the other players, the entire roster. Someone who is beloved from the fans and the other players is someone that you definitely want to keep. Even if we end up pushing Maxi to the end of the bench, and for whatever reason, Max just has an amazing season, that's fine too. You can keep Maxi as just a good locker room fit, a good backup, 2-year backup. I don't think that there's a rush to just get rid of Maxi, at least not now. Next season, we'll see. And I think this upcoming season will definitely be the make or break for Maxi Kleber. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think this is a make or break season for Maxi? Or do you think he's going to retire as a Maverick and whatever he does now, it just doesn't matter? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's have a conversation. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for making this far into the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing another giveaway. This Sunday, we will go live to announce the winner. And the only way to enter our giveaway is to become a channel member of any tier. But until next time, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.